fill the air anyway. I'm Brady Berg. I'm a corporate partner with Mintz Levin, law firm specializing in working with startups and venture capitalists and investors in this space. So extremely excited to be here, to be hosting the track one of the Next Generation Internet panel. We've got a wonderful panel here judging the competition today. Let them introduce themselves, a little bit more detail. We've got Ben Choi from Maveron, John Ballin from Canaan Partners, and Anu Nigam from Sandhill Angels. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll do some quick introductions first from you, and then we'll go into the session for the panel.
Sure. Hi, I'm Ben Choi from Maveron. We're an early-stage venture capital firm focused on consumer-facing brands. We have offices in Seattle and San Francisco. I'm based here in San Francisco, a Bay Area native. We focus on two primary filters for our investments around early stage. One, consumer-facing brands, and two, companies and services where the consumer pays. That means we do a lot of e-commerce. Our first investments were eBay and Drugstore, and more recently we were investors in Groupon and also in a company called Zulily in the private sales space. So looking forward to hearing the companies and meeting all of you.
Thanks, Ben. I'm John Ballin with Canaan Partners. I'm on our offices on Sand Hill Road. We have offices here as well as in Union Square in New York. We have our back office in Westport, Connecticut, India, and Israel. We manage about $3 billion. Current fund is $650 million. We do as little as $50,000 in a company and as much as $50 million. One of our companies recently went public last week, the Active Network, in which we were in for well over 10 years. That's the kind of environment we've been in. But we've also, we do IT and healthcare. There's an IT conference. And today, probably some companies you might know of in our portfolio. Kabam recently got funded a couple weeks ago. Zoosk in the social network for dating. We did Match.com in the past. Companies like Tremor Video, which is in the video advertising space, and so forth. You can look at the website.
Hi, my name is Anu Nigam. I guess partly I'll be hopefully the nicer one because I'm an entrepreneur by day and an angel investor by night. And that's what Sandhill Angels is. We're a 60-person angel investing group based here in Silicon Valley. We invest our own money, and most of us are entrepreneurs, investing in entrepreneurs. So we provide a lot of experience, day-to-day, operational, and we've been through it, and we understand the other side too. We invest between 100 to 400K, usually early stage, and we do lead term sheets and syndicate with a lot of other groups, and we're generally a bunch of nice guys.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you all. And just a quick clarification. I think I introduced Ben, John, and Anu as the judges. This is really an audience-judged competition, so maybe it's more accurately the Inquisition Committee. But they'll ask the questions. I'll try to keep the pace moving. The format: we've got 5 companies presenting. You can read a brief overview of the companies in your materials. Each company will present for 6 minutes, and it's a hard 6 minutes. I've got to cut you off mid-sentence, I was told, just to keep things fair. There'll be 4 minutes of Q&A from the Inquisition Committee over here. And then you get to vote at the very end for the companies that are most likely to succeed. All right, to introduce the companies, maybe I'll introduce all 5 by name, but then we'll call them up in order here. So we've got Andi, Humuch, Pingar, Steelhouse, and Take the Interview. So in that order, we'll start with Andi.
Good afternoon. Is this on? Okay, now it is.
That's fine.
I'm not sure how many of you actually drive every day, but I'm pretty confident to say that everyone in this room uses a browser every day. And we're here today to introduce Andi by How Simple, which is a new next-generation browser. And this is Lin Nguyen, our CTO. I'm Craig Holland, the CEO. The problem we're here to solve is multitasking in a browsing environment and going from multitask sets to multitask sets. So it's based on lack of end-user control. And the second factor that we've built into this technology I'm going to show you today is we've taken your desktop and included it into a browsing experience. So no longer is the browser solely relegated to the internet and your internet activities. It now is going to be a desktop manager and manage your desktop applications and activities in the same multitask environment. And the third thing we're going to show you is that it's going to do it and allow you to control and manage and organize unlimited content and processes in this. So before I introduce you to Andy, a couple of things you need to know, and that is tabless, boundaryless, limitless browsing is what you're about to see. Tabless because we chucked the tab in lieu of something that was more robust and allowed us to alter the very nature of browsing. Let's go back, Lynn, just to, okay. No, to limitless or boundaryless because we've gotten rid of the line between offline and online. And limitless because we're going to allow you to manage and control unlimited content processes for the first time ever without straining your system resources. Okay. A couple things you need to know is we use a panel-based system, which is very similar to a tab, except for it lets you do a whole lot more. And our panels prefer to reside in queues. And our queues reside in sessions, and our sessions in libraries and so forth. You don't need to worry about this because Andy does all the heavy lifting for you. Okay, so upon first meeting Andy and seeing Andy for the first time, you're going to be probably taken in by the minimalist interface, but don't get swept up in the sexy good looks because Andy is all business. So when you open up Andy, the first thing you're going to do is have a home page, but in this case, we give you also a home queue. So if you could scroll through here, Lynn. And so we have several websites that are of interest to us that we get in our home queue when we first go to our Open Up Andy. And in this case, we have 7, 8 live active panels in here. Let's add a side here, add Mashable or something. Just use the search box or whatever. So what we've done here is we've just split the view into a 2-panel view mode where everything, again, is always dynamic. So you can scroll through the sites, you can shuffle through the sites or whatever. So we're going to move into some of the meatier aspects of what Andy can do for you. Just do a search, Lynn. How about electric car or something? Okay, when you do a search, you can pick from any one of our search engines in our drop-down list or your default engine. In this case, we're using Google. And you get your text results on the left-hand panel and the first organic site from the search results resolved in the right-hand panel. You can click on any of the links in the text results and they will load into the right-hand panel. Okay? You can also unpin the text results site and you can scroll or shuffle through. We've loaded 100 websites from the Google search results into a queue. You can change your panel view, go to increase it to 3 panels or 6 panels, or you can keep increasing your panel view to whatever. All the way up to 35 panels on screen at a given time. You can drag and drop, change the order of your queues, shift them around, whatever. Let's go to a single panel view, Lynn. Okay, let's open up a document. Okay, we now have a Word document and a website side by side in the same our environment, so we can cut and paste and drag text or images or whatever you want from the web to the internet. Let's share that with Facebook, our Facebook users, and you can also immediately share. You can share with Twitter, Facebook, or any of your social networks. So you're online, offline, sharing all at the same time. Let's take a look at what do we have in this particular session, Lynn. We have over 20 queues with about 600-700 active dynamic panels, multi-purpose panels. So we have offline docs, we have Excel, Word, we've got photo albums from your desktop. In fact, and it's not straining your the system resources at all. Let's go to the photo album, Lynn. take a look at the photo. Let's open another photo album while we're
Right.
at it.
Hate to do this. We gotta cut you off. So that's time.
Oh, my goodness.
For the presentation. That's 6 minutes. We had the warnings down here. So we're down to the 4-minute Q&A. So you're not completely done. We're gonna move over here to
All right.
the Inquisition Committee. So who's first up and has some thoughts? John?
This is quite striking. What I wonder is how has it become a feature that Firefox or Safari just doesn't copy once a few people start using it to sort of break away to have enough usage that we already have. We already got 3 or 4 browsers out there right now.
Yeah, 4 browsers that have 95% of the U.S. marketplace today,
Right.
which we feel is a tremendous opportunity for us because we took a complete paradigm shift. This isn't a feature. This is built from the ground up. And so to change your entire business model, into this would not be an easy thing to do. I met with Walt Mossberg a few weeks ago, and he was like, when I showed him the offline docs, he looked at it, and he honestly said, I didn't think you could do that. Okay, so it was, and we didn't think so. There was a period of time when we didn't think so. It took a lot of work to be able to do this. We don't just do docs, we do all kinds of applications. What I didn't get to show you here was that Apple has an ad here. They say abomination with this Windows desktop, revolutionary. And then if you look at my desktop today, that's how simple. Okay, so I don't think it's quite that simple to follow this, but I think there's nearly 1 billion Windows-based PCs in the world right now that are icon littered and multitask deprived that today for free can get this download and have a user experience that no one else can offer them, not even Apple.
So my perspective are 2 things. One is distribution,
Yes.
getting people to get out there, install it, and add it. And second is education as to a new way. Sounds great,
Yes.
but people have to understand
Absolutely.
it. And the third part is, what is the core functionality? I mean, you showed all these tabs and panels, which sound interesting. But, I go back to Chrome. They just did one thing really well.
Yes.
They were fast.
That is correct.
And that's what people wanted. What one problem do you solve? So
distribution
distribution problem.
Yes. Opposite. I'm going to answer 2 questions with 1 answer. The opposite end of the spectrum of Twitter. You're going to be very soon. You're going to be able to share comprehensive queues, offline docs, online applications, online websites, and everything. In a queue, you can post them to Twitter, Facebook, anywhere. If you have our browser, you'll click on that. It'll load it up into a queue, the full comprehensive queue. So opposite end of the spectrum of Twitter, where you'll be able to share content on a scale that doesn't exist in the world today. And not only that, but that's going to brand and share us and virally help. You can also do the sharing on any level, whether it's just a small amount or a very large level. So that's one way that we're going to be using distribution.
The distribution you think is going to be viral by people sharing?
I do believe so,
Okay.
yes. Absolutely.
So kudos to you, first of all, for using your own product in the presentation. That takes guts, so congratulations. And it seemed like it didn't crash or anything, so congrats on that. Similar question around distribution and usage, but maybe I'll take it from kind of the top down.
We got 1 minute, by the way.
To become a big business, let's say $100 million in revenue a year, and I imagine you're going to get to your business model. Let's say $100 million. What kind of market ownership do you have to have? What percentage of the browser market do you need to own?
Well, Don Dodge did a study just on search alone, and search-based advertising is one of the models here that we're going to be going after. If you can get 1% of the search-based market, he showed how that could be worth $1 billion valuation to a company. So just in search-based advertising is one thing. Software as a service, the enterprise applications here are tremendous.
Browser market share. You're a browser, so what browser market share do you need to own?
Yeah, labeling it has been very difficult because we do everything. So we do, we manage your entire desktop, everything you do. It's all on your native system. So one of the things we've been trying to, we're taking a paradigm shift. We're opening up a whole new can of worms here. So the enterprise opportunities here are tremendous.
So quick final question. It's a native app. Is it
Yes.
Mac, Windows, iOS,
It's
Android?
Windows-based right now, and
All right.
will be soon available.
The end of our time.
Apple
Thank you. Sorry to cut
and
you off.
tablets. And
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations. Sorry to cut you off. All right. All right. Our next
Technology, but
company
applying the wrong way.
is